Welcome everyone. Let's start with the simple questions. What if you could break free from the thoughts and emotions that keep you awake at night? Your brain might be a key to unlocking this freedom. So in this video, we will uncover the fascinating neuroscience behind the art of letting go, how our brain hold on to the past, and more importantly, how we can train them to release what no longer serves us. If you are ready to understand the science behind freeing your mind and reclaiming your peace, stay tuned. This journey into your brain power to let go starts right now. So let's start with the simple question. Why is letting go so hard? It all starts with the brain network. That's more powerful than you might think. Let's dive into the default mode network and how it trapped us in the past. My friend, let's begin by considering what happened in our brain when we struggle to let go. At the heart of the difficulty lies a brain network called default mode network, or also in short DMN. This network becomes particularly active when we are not focusing on the external world. Instead, our mind are wavering or engaged in the self-referential thinking. When we are stuck in the pattern rumination or unable to move past certain thoughts and emotions, it is often because the default mode network in overdrive. Imagine the default mode network as a storyteller in your mind, constantly weaving narrative about your past experiences, your identity, and your place in the world. While this can be useful for the self-reflection and planning, an overactive default mode network can keep us trapped in cycle of negative thinking and prevent us from moving forward. So learning to let go often involves learning to quit this network, allowing us to step back from the constant chatter of your inner monologue. So what if I told you there is a way to quit your mind endless chatter? Discover how mindfulness meditation taps into your brain executive control network, giving you the power to shift your focus and break free from the old pattern. One effective way to modulate default mode network activity is through mindfulness meditation. When we practice mindfulness meditation, we are training our brain to observe our thoughts and emotions without getting caught up in them. This practice engages another crucial brain network called the executive control network. This network is responsible for our ability to direct our attention, make decisions, regulate our behavior. The executive control network acts like a conductor in an orchestra, coordinating different brain regions to help us achieving our goals. When it comes to the letting go, this network helps us shift our attention away from the unwanted thoughts or emotion and redirect it towards more constructive pattern. It's the neuronal basis of our ability to choose whether we place our focus and how we respond to our experiences. So letting go is more than just a mental decision. It's a physical change in your brain. Learn how to incredible process of neuroplasticity helps you create new pathways to a healthier mindset. As we practice letting go, whether through mindfulness or the other techniques, we are not just changing our thoughts, we are actually rewiring our brain. This process is known as neuroplasticity, the brain's remarkable ability to form a new connections and modify existing ones based on experiences and our behaviors. Think of your brain as a vast network of roads. The thoughts and behaviors you engage in most frequently are like well-traveled highways, easy for your brain to default to. When we are trying to let go of something, you are essentially attempting to close off these familiar routes and create a new pathway. At first, these new roads might feel unfamiliar and require more effort to travel, but with the practice, they become smoother and more automatic. And that is why the process of the letting go often feel challenging at first. Your brain is literally carving your brain is literally carving out a new neuronal pathway, and this takes time and repetition. But the good news is that each time you practice letting go, your brain is strengthening this new connection, making it easier for your brain to follow this path in the future. So, why do some memories hold us captive? The answer lies in the tiny powerful part of your brain called amygdala. So, we will explore how to calm this emotional center and release what haunts us. Now, let's zoom in one key player in the emotional aspect of letting go, that is amygdala. This almond shaped structure deep in the brain is crucial for processing emotion, particularly fear and anxiety. When we are holding on to the negative emotion or traumatic experiences, the amygdala can become hyperactive, keeping us in a state of heightened emotional arousal. Learning to let go often involves the down regulating amygdala activity. There are several effective techniques for doing this. So, one of them is cognitive refresher, where we consciously change how we think about the situation to alter this emotional impact. For example, instead of seeing a failure as a reflecting of our worth, we might reframe it as a learning opportunity. Another powerful approach is to exposure therapy, often used in treating phobias and anxiety disorder. In exposure therapy, we gradually confront these things we fear or the memory we are struggling to let go of in a safe, controlled environment. Over time, this helps to desensitize the amygdala response, reducing the emotional charge associated with these triggers. So, the mindfulness practice can also help regulate amygdala activity. By observing our emotions without judgment, we can create a sense of distance from them, reducing their intensity and making it easier to let them go. Research has shown that the regular mindfulness practice can actually change the structure and function of the amygdala and leading to improved emotional regulation. So, did you know your brain chemical messenger that play a huge role in letting go? Discover how serotonin, dopamine, and oxytocin work together to help you move one from the past. As we discuss the neuroscience of the letting go, it's important to understand the role of neurotransmitters, the chemical messenger in your brains. So there are three neurotransmitters in particular play a crucial role in this process: serotonin, dopamine, and oxytocin. So serotonin is often called the feel-good neurotransmitter because of its role in regulating mood and reducing anxiety. When we are struggling to let go, our serotonin level may be low, contributing to feeling of depression or being stuck. So activities that boost serotonin such as exercise, exposure to sunlight, and certain food can support the process of letting go by improving our overall mood and reducing anxiety. And second is dopamine. Dopamine is involved in the motivation and rewards. It what gives us that sense of satisfaction when we achieve a goal or have a positive experience. In the context of letting go, dopamine can play a dual role. One hand, the dopamine rush we get from the ruminating on the certain thoughts or emotion that can make them addictive and hard to let go of. On other hand, the dopamine can motivate us to pursue new experiences and goals, helping us move forward. And the third is oxytocin. Oxytocin, sometimes called the love hormone, promotes social bonding and trust. It plays a crucial role in our ability to let go of past hurt and form new connections. When we engage in the activities that boost oxytocin, such as hugging a loved one or performing acts of kindness, we are more likely to feel a sense of safety and connection that can facilitate the letting go. So, understanding the role of these neurotransmitters gives us insight into why certain activities can so helpful in process of letting go. Like exercise, for example, boost both serotonin and dopamine, improving our mood and motivation. Social interaction increases oxytocin, that helping us feel more connected and secure. Even simple act of kindness can trigger this release of all three neurotransmitters, creating a neurochemical environment that support letting go. So now we'll talk about the mindfulness and brain changes. So mindfulness is not just a buzzword; it can actually reshape your brain. Find out how regular practice can decrease negative thinking and boost your emotional resilience. Now let's delve deeper into the brain changes associated with mindfulness practice, as this has been shown to particularly effective in cultivating the ability to let go. So the numerous studies have demonstrated that regular mindfulness meditation produce measurable change in the brain structure and function that support emotional regulation and cognitive flexibility. So my friend, ready to take control of your brain ability to let go? We will share practical techniques to help you rewire your mind to greater peace and flexibility. One of the most significant effects of mindfulness practice is its impact on default mode network, which is we have already discussed earlier. So the regular meditation has been shown to decrease activity in the default mode network, reducing our tendency to caught off referential thinking and rumination. This does not mean that the self-reflection disappears entirely, but rather that we gain more control over when and how we engage in it. So the mindfulness practice has also been shown to increase gray matter density in several brain regions that associated with emotional regulation, including prefrontal cortex and hippocampus. The prefrontal cortex is crucial for the executive function like decision making and impulse control, while the hippocampus play a key role in the learning and memory. These structural changes are thought to be underlie the improved emotional regulation and cognitive flexibility observed in long-term meditators. Another important effect of mindfulness practice is enhanced connectivity between the prefrontal cortex and amygdala. This improved communication allows for the better top-down regulation of emotional responses, making it easier to let go of negative emotion or reaction. It's important to note that these brain changes does not happen overnight. They are the result of consistent practice over time. This aligns with what we know about the neuroplasticity. Repeated experiences and behavior are what drive lasting changes in the brain. So while a single meditation session can certainly be beneficial, it's the regular long-term practice that lead to significant neurological changes. So my friend, the letting go is not just about the past, it's about the shaping your future. See how each step in this process bring you closer to a brain that's wired for well-being and freedom. So as we near the end of this exploration, let's consider how we can apply this neuroscientific understanding to cultivate the art of letting go in our daily lives. First and foremost, it's crucial to approach the process with patience and self-compassion. Remember, my friend, you are not just changing your brain thoughts, you are rewiring your brain. This takes time and consistent effort. So the incorporating the mindfulness practice into your daily routine can be a powerful way to train your brain in the art of letting go. This does not necessarily mean long meditation session. Even the short period of your mindfulness awareness throughout the day can help strengthen the neuronal pathway associated with present moment, awareness, and emotional regulation. So pay attention to your thought patterns and try to catch yourself when you are ruminating or holding on to something unhelpful. When you notice this happening, gently redirect your attention. This is the executive control network in action, right? And the more you practice this redirection, the stronger and more automatic it will become. Engage in activities that boost mood, enhance neurotransmitters. Regular exercise and spending time in nature, maintaining social connection, and practicing act of kindness can all contribute to brain state that's more conducive to letting go. When you are struggling with the difficult emotion, try using cognitive rephrasal techniques. Remember, my friend, you are not trying to suppress or ignore your emotion, but rather to change your relationship with them. Observe your feeling with curiosity rather than judgment, and see if you can reframe the situation in a way that feels less charged. It can also be helpful to engage in activity that promote neuroplasticity more broadly. Learning new skills, exposing yourself to novel experiences, and challenging your brain in different ways can all contribute to the greater cognitive flexibility. It's easier to let go of rigid thought patterns. So remember that letting go is not about the forgetting or pretending that something didn't happen. It's about the reducing the emotional charge associated with the thoughts and memory so that they no longer control your present moment. From the neuroscience perspective, this involves modulating activity in the amygdala, strengthening prefrontal control, and creating new neuronal pathway. So my friend, we can't simply decide to let go once and expect our brain to be rewired instantly. But therein also lies in the hope. Through dedicated practice, we can literally change our brain, cultivating greater resilience, emotional balance, and freedom from the grip of unhelpful thoughts and emotions. So, my friend, thank you for joining us on this journey through the neuroscience of letting go. May this knowledge empower you in your own practice of this essential art, supporting you in creative life of greater freedom, resilience, and joy. So, thank you for watching and see you in the next video.